What is going on, guys? We are back with week 16 of the Jacksonville Jaguars franchise. We are 1 week away from the final game of the regular season. As you can see, we are leading the division. We already have the division, so we have a playoff spot no matter what. But with Amukamara coming back in, I think, 3 weeks, we could really use the bye week. So we are going to try to get at least second seed. We might bench our players against Bengal, who is the next week's matchup. Speaking of Bengal, he is the Texans, 8-6. If you want to see him try to make the playoffs, definitely check him out in the link below. He has a lot of great content other than just the franchise series. So I'd appreciate it if you checked him out. Maybe give him a subscribe. Maybe subscribe to me. Maybe just say what's up. You know, simple as. As you can see, simple as. Nick Jacobs with a great gain to start out the day for about 25 yards. The offensive line for the Jaguars, on paper, looking pretty solid. In actuality, not so much, but the receiving threats are just as good as they seem to be. Allen Robinson having a little bit of a strugglesome year, but that is the pressure of playing the number one wide receiver spot. He allows Amari Cooper, guys like Amari Cooper, to make great plays. Speaking of, I believe that was Amari Cooper who missed a great play as he went down early when he could have ran. And I hope he isn't injured. But when you see a punt like that, you gotta praise your punter, who might be gone after the season. He's such a great player, but it just seems that he isn't worth the money. I don't know. We might actually sign him after the season he's had. Great hit there by the linebacker, I believe, Quan Alexander, on 3rd and 7 after a false start penalty. Easily stuffed in the backfield for a loss of 1, forcing them to punt it. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line, 52 yards to go. Looking like it's a solid drive for at least a field goal or more. Amari Cooper wide open, gets the catch, and the corner can't keep up. That's going to be a celebration touchdown for Amari Cooper. Is having an insane season. At least 14, maybe 15 receiving touchdowns on the year. Over 1,000 yards. Absolutely killing it. Another guy who's killing it is special teams in general has been killing it. Kicker and punter have both been on fire this season, as Blake Bortles starting to catch fire as of late, which is where you want your team to start doing good down the stretch in the playoffs. 1st and 10, Telvin Smith, easy sack. A loss of about 6 to 8 yards there on the play. 3rd and 14 after a short run. Speaking of a short run, here comes another one, and it's a huge hit over the middle by Telvin Smith again, forcing the Saints to punt again. Can't believe they kicked it to the most dangerous man on the field, and that's Tavon Austin running up the sideline. Can he break it? He can't, but he does fumble out of bounds. Doesn't really matter. Tavon Austin setting up the offense perfectly with a great return there. 1st and 10 over the middle. Wide open Julius Thomas. That is an easy touchdown, as easy as they can get. You see that all season long if you've been watching this series. And the referee trying to steal the limelight from Julius Thomas. Get out of the way, man. 2nd and 2. Looking like a sack. It isn't a sack. It's a 1st down. Drew Brees pretty calm under pressure considering the lead that his opponent has been taking lately. And almost picked off by the defensive tackle. Drew Brees is not happy with that at all, that he missed the read and almost threw a pick to the DT. 2nd and 2. A Jaguars defender read the play but couldn't make the play. Quan Alexander hit stick. Don't know if that's a 1st down. It is a 1st down. 36 yards away. Over the middle, a dot by Drew Brees, as you would expect from him to throw. Finally, they're starting to get down the field on the Jaguars here. Not what they wanted to see. Drew Brees buying time, throwing it sidearm, drills it right into place for a touchdown. Blake Bortles on the other side playing much better, but that doesn't matter. It's only a 7-point lead. You have to play a little bit better if you want to win this game. The Saints aren't going to give up that easy, even though their season is over. You'd think they would want a draft pick, but they're trying to knock off one of the top contenders in the AFC. 2nd and 10, throwing to the outside. Perfect throw right to Allen Hurns, who's having actually a secretly quiet, decent season. Almost 800 yards on the season, which is not bad for a 3rd string guy, I believe, actually. Playing better than Allen Robinson. Speaking of the man himself, getting a great catch and a nice juke after the fact. Throwing over the top, and it's somehow picked off. Julius Thomas needs to give a better effort than that. The man has played so well all season long, but that was just not the effort you were looking for. Throwing is Drew Brees. He's looking, and he gets picked off by the Jaguars cornerback, who is lurking all the way across the middle of the field. for at least 10 yards left and right, west and east. And you see 1st and 10, you got a wide open Henry, and that's a touchdown. Blake Bortles to Henry. That's the easiest you're going to get as a quarterback. You got to love those. When you see it open, you got to take it. 2nd and 10, 71 yards away, and it's picked off. So both teams throwing passes that look like they should be caught, but being picked off from behind by the defender. 2nd and 10 over the middle. This time it's actually caught by Julius Thomas, who shows a bit of effort there. 2nd and 12, another throw to Julius Thomas, running over a man and getting down to the 14-yard line with about 20 seconds left in the second. The Jaguars are looking to score. Tavon Austin tries to dive for the end zone, and he gets to the 1. The pylon gets knocked down, but not by the ball, and that's an easy walk-in touchdown and truck by Derrick Henry. Blake Bortles is getting psyched as he knows his team's in the playoffs. He knows his team has a good shot at the bye week, and it is intercepted before the halftime just for good measure. So it is going to be a 28-7 lead into half. And at the 6-minute mark in the third quarter, Drew Brees delivers a dot. Brandon Cooks all the way down to the 15-16-yard line. 1st and 10 at the 4. 1st and goal, excuse me. Great defensive read, but not quick enough as Mark Ingram carries a man into the end zone. Blake Bortles throwing to Julius Thomas yet again, his favorite target on the field. Someone gets injured there. Hopefully it isn't Blake Bortles, as they need him for the playoffs. Throwing deep, and it looks like there's going to be a pass interference call. Is it going to be on the defense? It is. 2nd and goal from the 1-yard line. Pitch to the right. That has been all too good for them, as it continues to be the same here for a touchdown. Derrick Henry having almost 20 rushing touchdowns on the season. Probably almost 30 in general with his catching touchdowns. Not sure if he has a lot of those or not. And the safety makes a mistake. Tayshaun Gibson. And they let him go all the way down to the 2-yard line, which is rough. But, of course, they do punch it in from 2 yards out with Mark Ingram and Derrick Henry with an insane cutback in the start of the 4th. It's only a 2-touchdown lead. It's not over. Derrick Henry, once again, having to do all the work as the O-line isn't blocking. A great decision by him to cut back. 3rd and 10. It's going to be a forced throw to Tavon Austin, and it's going to be deflected. But I do believe they are in field goal range, and they are. The Saints, however, when they got the ball back, couldn't do a thing. The Jaguars now just going to try to carry the ball with Henry, send this game away, go 12-3, having an insane record. 2nd and 14, a dot by Blake Bortles, who has been absolutely killing it lately. But, of course, the Jaguars would settle for a field goal. Last play of the game, pretty much just a nothing play. Can you get a pick just to pad the stats? And they can. I believe that to be Marcus Cooper, who has gotten 2 picks before the game and the half was over. Nope, maybe not. It was someone else, I guess. But that is going to be the game. The Saints drop another game. I believe they are now 3-12, while the Jaguars are the opposite at 12-3. Quite different teams. Great defense. No rushing attack from the Jaguars, but that's not what you need to do to win games necessarily. So the Jaguars looking good going into the playoffs, 12-3 at least. Going into the next game against the Texans, the Bengal himself going to play against us. He needs the win badly, so he's going to try to win, and we are going to bench a few of our players, probably at least Bortles and Amari Cooper, maybe Julius Thomas. We don't really need Julius Thomas out there, especially if we don't necessarily need the win. But, of course, you guys can see the stat line. But if you do want to see our videos, take a look at the description for Bengal. And, of course, you could just click on my channel name to subscribe or just click on the link in the outro. But hope you guys did enjoy. If you are new to the channel, maybe, like I said, subscribe to both. Or just like or share or just watching the video. That's pretty cool. Watching the video is pretty awesome in itself. So hope you guys did enjoy. And, hopefully you guys come back for next video. But until next video, see ya!